How we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And I am bringing you good news today because it's been reported from the World Health Organization that global COVID-19 cases are declining for the second consecutive week, which I think is absolutely awesome. That's wonderful here. It looks like maybe we might finally be completely and totally out of this because everybody's waking up and everything's going back to normal. So I really like that. Let's highlight some positive news today before we get into depressing stuff later. So, before we get right into this article, please, if you do not already, hit that like button down below if you enjoy my content. Share this out with all your friends because we know how the YouTube algorithm is. And thank you if you already subscribed. If not, hit that button because it really does help out. So, here we go. From timcast.com. World Health Organization announces global COVID-19 cases decline for second consecutive week. Global confirmed cases declined by 16% last week. The number of COVID cases reported worldwide has decreased for the second week in a row, according to the World Health Organization. The April 6th report found that there was near 9 million cases recorded last week, a 16% decline in weekly cases. Confirmed infections were also down in every region in the world. The World Health Organization is monitoring two strands of the Omicron variant of the virus, BA.1 and BA.2. The agency estimates that subvariants are 10% more transmissible than other variants of COVID-19. The agency has continued to warn countries do not drop their COVID-19 protocols too quickly and predicted that future variants could spread easily if surveillance and testing systems are shelved. But how's that normally work? If they're more easily spread, normally they're less dangerous. So we'll see what happens. The organization reports that there have been over 492 million cases of the virus since the onset of the pandemic in 2020. There have been roughly 6 million deaths attributed to COVID-19, although the weekly death rate declined by 43% in the last week. Okay, let's look at that for a second. In the past, almost 3 years, 2.5 years, full on 2 years now, but we've been dealing with this, it feels like almost 3 years. 492 million people worldwide have gotten COVID. You realize we have I think we're closer to 6.9, almost 7 billion people on this planet. You realize what percentage of of the planet's actually gotten this that's documented? Pretty low rate. That's curious. Just thinking out loud, not implying anything. Approximately 58.2% of the global population are fully vaccinated against the virus. South Korea reported the largest number of new COVID-19 cases with just over 2 million. Germany reported about 1.37 million new cases, the second highest number of any country in the world. The United States has recorded the greatest number of cumulative cases of any country. There have been roughly 79 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 since March 2020 and 974,930 deaths according to WHO data. Notably, American Centers for Disease Control and Prevention attributes 979,610 deaths to COVID-19 during the same period of time, as well as more than 80 million cases. While the majority of states in the U.S. have reported a 2-week decline in cases, New York, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Georgia, Connecticut, Ohio, Arizona, and Florida have all reported at least 25% increases in COVID-19 cases per NBC News. COVID-19's general decline has led to the repeal of a number of pandemic-era policies. Airline for America, which represents several of the largest U.S. airlines, sent an open letter to President Joe Biden on March 23rd, urging him to repeal the travel mask mandate and pre-departure testing requirements for international flights. In February, England ended all of its COVID-19 restrictions and moved to focus testing efforts on the most vulnerable members of its population. Mass testing officially ended on April 1st. So good news, and straight out of the approved censor's horse's mouth, because it came right from the World Health Organization. So that means we get to talk about it and hopefully not get in trouble. But yeah, seriously, I think this is a good sign. I mean, I think most people have had kind of a general feeling that this was basically over for a while now. I mean, especially here in Texas, we basically felt this from the very beginning. I mean, my life only changed for 6 days because of some of the exemptions and some of the people that just flat out decided to screw it and said reopen anyway here in Texas. And the cops decided not to enforce it because they were like, why bother? We're not going to shut down our own citizens. They're just running around chasing their tails all day long. So they just didn't bother either. So I think that's, for down here, this thing has never really became a thing for us, at least not in my sphere of influence. So I'm glad to see that it seems like it's basically over for everybody else at this point too. Things are going down, things are getting better. Glad to hear it. Looks like things might be burning itself out. Let's hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and hope that it's not just, the little typical downtrend that we get at this time of year. We'll see how summer goes, but as of right now, things are looking good, and let's stick with the positive on this. But hey, guys, that's just my common sense take on things. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already, and share it around with all your friends. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks for watching.